Today on Conversational Liner Notes with John Roy, Monkey Barrel of Dub from 2024. Featuring remixes by Black Market Dub, Dubmatics, Slacker Agent J, Roger Rivas, and more, this album is an essential addition to any reggae collection. Today on the show, John Roy, Nate Bridges, Brian Wallace, and Curtis Meacham of Monkey discuss how this album reimagines Monkey's ska catalog into dub. We go back to the beginnings of Monkey's history in the Bay Area and how this collection came together, and dive deep on how it was made. Today we have Curtis Meacham from Monkey, Brian Wallace, Mr. Dub Robot, and John Roy, the king and man in charge of Escape Hatch Records and Smoke and Mirror Sound System. And we're talking about Barrel of Dub, the Monkey dub compilation from a couple years ago that features myself, Brian, Wise Owl, Roger Rivas, Dubmatics, Victor Rice, bunch of great dub engineers doing pretty awesome reinterpolations of a bunch of classic Monkey tunes. I listened to this today for the first time in kind of a while, and I think this is a great record, actually. It flows really well. Brian kind of weaved his magic in kind of sequencing everything really, really well. But yeah, so I think we'll just kind of dive in and kind of talk through all these tunes. And I guess first off, I wanted to know how do you guys all know each other? How far back does the Monkey connection go for everyone?
Well, see, I met Curtis on the street in front of Gazari's. I think it was called Billboard Live at that point. It was a thing that Luis put on. It was called the West Coast Ska Festival, and it was all the bands. And so, just for everyone, this is in Los Angeles and Hollywood on the Sunset Strip. It was everybody from everywhere. It was one of these like mega fests. And so what you would do as a fan is you just walk down the street, and at every like super famous club, there'd be like 7 ska bands. Yeah. And I was playing with Mobtown, and Curtis, I wanted to see Monkey because, from the Bay Area, and these guys were a big deal, and they had just come out. I think, what was that record? Do you think at that point, maybe Station Wagon Living was?
That was like Changuito. That was the first one.
Changuito. Okay, Changuito. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were doing this kind of cool Latin ska thing, and we're super into it. And so I see Curtis, and he's like, "Oh, hey, something happened to our saxophone player. He's like dead or something." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I know, and we were playing at the same time. So I was like, I can't help you out, man. But that was my first intro to Curtis.
Wow.
And yeah, do you remember that?
I did. That was a blazing week. I think that was the first time we ever went to Southern California.
Yeah.
So the first couple shows were that show and a show at the Whiskey that somebody set up, and that they were both like, "How do we get down there? Where do we go?"
Was the Whiskey pay to play back then as well?
No.
No, it's you get at least $50 for 12 people.
Because when I played the Whiskey, it was like I was 15 or something in a band, and it was like, yeah, sorry kids, pay to play. You owe us like $2,000.
Oh, Jesus.
It was brutal. So,
that was with DC Hotel.
That was with DC Hotel. Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah, but it was still very cool.
Yeah, that guy Sean Dickhead Dingleberry, whatever his name was. I think you remember that guy. It was Sean. He was the first pay to play guy in LA. It was like Sean Healy presents.
Okay.
Hey, Sean Healy, fuck you. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, don't hold back, dude.
But he hadn't surfaced yet. This was like a that for sure.
Yeah, extremely predatory shit. It's awful.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's still going on.
I'm
It's
sure
still
Yeah.
going on.
it's probably everywhere. I'm sure it's all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is that when people suddenly lose the desire to become rock stars because they know that they're just lucky to have a place to play, they start thinking of like, hey, I want to show off to my friends, so I'm going to pay this guy to
Right.
just put on a show for me. And yeah, we won't earn anything, but it'll be fun. And
Yeah. I'm
that's what
sure
this modern world is all about.
I'm sure it just attracts a lot of vanity type people who are just like, oh, it
Mhm.
just costs money and I can say I played where Guns N' Roses played. Like, cool, yeah, whatever. I have money, Fuck, that sucks. That's annoying.
But I mentioned that story because what this record is to me is just it's a lot of fun because
Mhm.
all these songs are fun
Yes.
and we have had a lot of me and this guy right here have had a lot of fun doing
That guy right
this. Yeah,
there.
or up there, wherever you are in the Brady Bunch squares here.
Nice.
We have had a lot of fun making, I've recorded, I think, a large portion of this
Mhm.
in a post office in Atascadero.
Right.
Mhm.
These were all done at Rock, or I don't know about all, but a lot of
Not
this was done at Rockwell, right?
a lot of it was, yeah.
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 Yeah. There's a handful of tunes from other places, but yeah, mostly Rockwell.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard John told me that you guys did all this on ADAT or a lot of this stuff. He had to like recover from ADAT tapes or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And DA88s.
88s.
yeah, the first 2-3 albums were like that, and we wanted to get everything on a modern media. So John was nice enough to hook me up with a guy that does that, and he digitized everything, and then John got his elves together and started working on things.
Yeah, and the guy was that used the guy in the valley, right?
Yeah.
It was called what was it called? Tape
Something like reel to reel, something.
Real, yeah.
Hmm.
We did the Hepcat stuff there.
Mm.
And so when we did scientific, we had to transfer everything off of 2-inch or something.
Hmm.
And then the monkey thing came through. I was like, oh, use these guys. They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
So-
every kind of player, recorder, and every other kind of player and recorder.
Wow.
So he
And-
can transfer all that crap. And it's literally like, oh, we just have 680, we have 6 DA88s. Usually there's 4 of them working, so we'll take a piece off of one and throw it away or buy another one.
Wow.
It was very interesting. It
Wow.
was like a living garage sale that was for audio.
So is that what you were using at Rockwell, Brian?
No.
No.
So luckily, and this is the crazy thing is I had all the monkey stuff that I had recorded, and so I sent that to John. But literally, I don't know, a couple months later, all that stuff went up in flames.
No shit. That's true.
So monkey was, and thank God the monkey stuff, because it's really is like that was like tip top Rockwell. I mean, we were doing like Curtis and I were doing some Beach Boys stuff in there. Like we got the bass harmonica out.
Oh, and there's some literal Beach Boys on this too.
Yeah.
There's a great reinterpolation on here of a Beach Boys tune.
Yeah.
That's wild. Wow. Yeah. That would have been a shame.
Yeah, that would have been. I mean, there was a lot of shame. There was a lot of things that shameful things. But I'm glad the monkey stuff at least got out. So thank you, John. That was great.
Yeah. And thank you to all of you.
Yes.
For making it happen.
Of course. How about John? How about you? When did you make first contact with Monkey and the gang?
Curtis might know the when better, but the where was outside the Cocoa Tree in San Francisco.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
I remember that place.
Because you were like, hey, I'm doing this band called Monkey, and you were with Kevin Miller. And the two of you guys were walking around, and Cocodrie was the weirdest thing because I think there were maybe like 40 or 50 people there.
Mhm.
Who the hell Unsteady was. And I'm like, oh, these guys actually know who the hell we are. Thanks. This is great. Mind you, this was before social media and the interwebs was like, I saw you on a bulletin board. You posted 3 sentences. Hi. Yeah, that's kind of how we book tours, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll provide a little bit of grout between the tiles. Um, I had a buddy back in the day. Well, I still have a buddy. He's just lives in Spain now, but he was going to school in San Diego, and he made friends with Kevin Hewitt, and they had attended a bunch of Unsteady shows, and so he would come back and visit his parents in the Bay Area. And he's like, you got to see Unsteady. They're what you want to do, but like way more advanced. And he was actually, I mean, he was one of the initial members of Monkey, and then he fell in love with someone and moved down there. So he never like actually did club shows. We only did like one backyard event type of thing. And he said, you gotta hook up with these guys. And so he gave me, he asked Kevin Hewitt for a phone number for someone for the band. And he gave me, John, your phone number. And I think I helped you put together that show at Cocodrie, but I'm not sure. I might have just given you the booker of that place. But I remember Cocodrie was one of our first haunts. So we were able to get shows pretty easily back then. And I had a desire to get on the road as soon as possible. So I was looking for bands out there that were known to help other bands. And so I was like, okay, you're known to help other bands. We want to get together a road trip. We're going to start here. We're going to end there. And by the way, I'll reciprocate immediately by getting you a show in San Francisco. So that was like my hedge. I was hedging every bet with that. And yeah, I mean, I don't actually remember the first time I met John face to face, but Cocodrie sounds very much like that. But anyway, the guy's name is Alan Duffy.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm positive, Curtis, you probably don't remember the first time you and me met because I was like probably 14, but it was when Dub Robot employed like a band of children to every show.
Yes.
Who are all my friends, carrying boomboxes all over the place. It was a show. I remember being so stoked because it was
cardboard box on your head.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I was one of them. But it was like Dub Robot like opened for Monkey at Hoover's upstairs in the Hoover's complex building. Which opening back then really just meant like chaos, creating mass chaos inside of a restaurant.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
It was really fun. So I remember from that, and then really randomly, I don't even know if you remember this either, but it was like maybe about a year ago. You were playing. Oh my god, it was a tiki bar in Las Vegas, and I walked in, and Monkey was playing, and this record that I did it for is just sitting on a shelf, it's being sold.
Yeah.
I never felt I felt so cool because I was oh my god, I think I was with a girl, so I really looked really cool. I was like, we just walk into some random bar, like, oh, here's a band I know, and
we don't even live here.
Yeah, so it was really great. You made me look really cool that night. That was
nice. That'll be $45.
Yes. So yeah. So this record is awesome. I kind of went over all the amazing dub engineers that are on this. I do a dub on this, Black Market Dub. Roger Rivas from the Agrolites, Dub Maddox, Brian does a dub, Brandon Nisnik, Wiesel does a dub, Crazy Baldhead, Victor Rice. John, we were kind of talking about this yesterday, but you were telling me kind of everybody who's on this kind of has their own unique sort
of dubbing. Yeah.
Way of dubbing. Yeah. And you kind of have a unique insight into that because you were the bottleneck to getting all this material out to all these dub engineers. And
Yeah.
I never really even thought about that, because when you sent it to me, you just sent me everything. And I'm like, okay, I'm just kind of assuming that was how everybody got it. But you were telling me kind of everybody sort of was asking for specific stuff. Like Roger versus
Yeah. So Jesse Dubmatics,
mhm,
speaking of this, I'm going to tangent it for a second.
sure.
This album, to sell this album has Jesse from who's Dubmatics, and it has Victor Rice, meaning this album has songs mixed by engineers that not only have 2 Juno Awards, but an Emmy, or excuse me, not an Emmy, a Grammy, an Emmy,
Wow.
an Oscar. No, so you've
There's
got a Grammy winner and a Juno winner mixing tunes on the record.
That's rad.
Anyway, sorry.
Super high level.
Super
Yeah,
awesome stuff.
like because they're you're all are my favorites. If I was going to ask for somebody, you're the people I'd ask for, and I did. So I got all the dry wave files and created the stems, but I got deep all the way down to like granular 16th notes, pops and farts and scratches, and anything that had anything artifacts or issues. I tried to clean all that up before sending it to the people that were going to do the trick.
Mhm.
And then create stems for each person. So I actually took a screenshot yesterday of, wish I could share it with you, but like Crazy Baldhead, Jason's like, 1, give me drums, all the drums, the whole kit. You can include tambourine, güiro, etc., unless you have a whole percussion section. 2, bass can be mono. 3, rhythm and skank, so all the skank, guitar, keys, etc., plus pick. 4, leads or solos. 5, horns. 6, vocals. 7, percussions if there's different percussion. And then he told me, megahertz, kilohertz, and then the bit. So that's what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me go back and I'll go to Roger. Roger's like, hey, yeah, send him the last way you sent him. That was cool, pretty much all ready. So if I drop him in the DAW and hit play, it sounds like the mix you use. So basically everything I sent to Roger, I not only did all my granular stuff, but I actually created a mix that I felt was a cool mix, then separated into stems for him. But he asked for horns, bass, guitars, keys, drums with percussions, no snare, then snare by itself, lead vocals, background vocals, and everything else. So his way is a different animal too.
Right.
And then the rest of you guys were like, give me all dry, or like Brian's like, I have all the stems, I'll do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, this is pretty fun because so many people have their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
And we can all be using the same gear, but it's still going to sound different the way we're, a lot of us have a similar playback situation or dub situation, but we all treat it slightly differently.
Yeah. Yeah. And yet, like, I don't know how you guys feel. I listened to this whole thing earlier today and like sounds so cohesive though. It sounds really I don't know. I don't really understand how that happened.
That's because Brian's the mastering engineer and he's the lifeboat captain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mastering trickery is how that works. But yeah, they came in really different, and I just sort of shaped them all.
Yeah. And you do a thing on it too, Brian, that I love, where you do this with a lot of the stuff you master, where each song kind of flows into the next song, and it's sort of hard to pick where one starts and one ends, which it's just like, I don't know, it makes for a really, really enjoyable listening experience, honestly. Whose idea was it to do Monkey in dub? Because Monkey's like a ska band. It's not like the most obvious thing to do, right?
I think it was heavily influenced by John. The concept. I know I was talking to him a lot about his releases with Smoke and Mirrors and the other dub projects that he was doing, and just congratulating him and whatnot. And I don't know who came up with the idea or through the pitch on the deck, but whoever did it came out great.
Yeah, we talked about, like, should we try a greatest hits? I'm like, well, how would we pick the greatest hits? How would we rank it? Who would rank it? And would it mean anything to anybody?
Yeah.
Like, well, how many people have heard this album from 20 something years ago? I think that people probably know, like, they know what their favorite Monkey record is. So it's like, those are already Monkey fans. It's kind of like, are we throwing this off the lifeboat for things that could be like the coolest songs you have going?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta at some point be real with ourselves and say Monkey is a band that has been going for a long time, has written some good songs, some bad songs, some in between, but we've never had like a true radio single. And if you don't have a radio signal, multiple radio singles, then how can you have a best of? Because you have nothing to chart it by. So this was the next best idea, which was, hey, let's do like a remix. And I remember, John, you said, are you concerned? What are you concerned about? Like, how far do you want these songs to drift from the original format? Yeah. And I said, give them to anyone. Let them do whatever they want to it, because I want, if it's a dub, I want it to have a different personality. But I don't want to hover over someone. I'm not like a helicopter parent. I'm not like, yeah, you do that, and then you better do 15 push-ups. I'm not like that. I'm like, if I'm going to hand it over to someone, I'm going to remove my personal interest in it, and I'm going to see what they do, what their creative pencil looks like. And it came out really, really good.
Yeah, that's the way to go too. You're so right. Like, there's no point in like collaborating if you're not gonna just fully accept what the other person brings to it. Like, it's just gonna be more of the same in that case.
Yeah. A lot of people treat collaborations like they're a band member. Like, no. After the second, stanza, we got to do a break, and then we got to do a hit. It's like, you wanted a different interpretation.
Yeah.
Don't put your fingers in that pie. Just let it do its thing. And then if it comes back and there's something that's just just cannot be listened to, then you could say, hey, I can't approve this.
Yeah.
But, I want people to be expressive. I want them to be creative, because I poured a hell of a lot of expression and creativity into what I'm doing. Now I'm giving it off to someone and going like, hey, what does it sound like to your ears? How would you have written it better? Or how would you just literally interpret it? Like today, I got really high, and then it just came to me. Just like, fine, do it. I told John, I said, this is how far I want you to go. If you know someone that's into EDM, let them have it.
That'd be really cool, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah, let them have it. Like, I'm at this point, I'll find an EDM guy and give him a whole stack of like the ska stuff that's a little more faster tempo, a little more upbeat, and let them tear into it. I would love that. Just go crazy.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I would, on the input side, is that like, okay, we have decades worth of material, and I'm going to listen to every song that Monkey has that's recorded that I can listen.
And I congratulate you for putting yourself through that.
But it's funny though, because it gave me some history, because we've known each other since blankety blank 30 years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, how many times you stayed on my couch for this album? Oh, yeah. I flew up there to record on this album. Remember the band members that were in the band on that album? And like, you're like me with Unsteady, where how many people have we had in our band? I don't know, 30, 50, 70. So it's fun like looking through an old picture album.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this name of this person, or like, this person passed away, or this happened or like, oh, we thought that guy was kind of an asshole, or whatever. But
Could you remove that second
can you take
saxophone?
it out of there? Yeah. And so all that said, listening to all of them and going, that's a candidate for reggae. That's a candidate for reggae. That's a candidate for reggae. That's interesting and different. Maybe this could translate into something. That was kind of, for me, the whole point of doing this also in an album, a dub thing, is to like, okay, let's see what has not been paid enough attention to in the Monkey end of making music. You know, because when you do a set live, you're trying to get the highest energy you can. Oftentimes you have 30 minutes to play or 40 max minutes to play. And you're like, yeah, we play a reggae song, that's going to like kill a quarter of our set.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we're going to hear your greatest hits in essence. And we're going to hear the highest energy shit you can throw at us. So like, this is like, hey, let's get relaxed for a minute.
For sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we got it down to, I think, like 15, and then squeeze it to 13. And then there were one or two that were like, the quality of this, it just won't translate even from the originals, the tape.
Yeah, were there ones that you guys had to leave off? I don't even remember.
See, there's where Brian has the lifeboat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some heartbreakers that we had to leave just for the vinyl format.
Yeah.
Hey, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
When you have 21 minutes aside, you better make those choices. Yeah.
And I think we're going to release them as streaming things because they were really good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or just do an expanded track list of this.
Yeah.
Spotify or something.
Well, put out a CD.
Yeah.
Ooh, easy there. Whoa, with a bonus track too. Secret.
Yeah. 15 minutes of silence.
Does it come with a CD player?
A drive
from a 1994 Toyota Tercel.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but you can go outside and then blind yourself with the sun. Just
yeah.
They make great ashtrays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a mobile with 20 of them.
Oh,
yes, absolutely.
Oh man.
Well, all the streaming singles, that'll be up to Curtis to put it out. There you go, man. I'll listen.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that.
So this being about this record. Oh, running out of time. 10 minutes left, dudes.
We could do it.
Let's talk about the graphics, because Curtis, you made the swirly monkey, right?
No, so
it's
so
like
that goes,
the old monkey toy, the monkey barrel. Like it's like a literal barrel of monkey toy.
Yeah, the barrel of monkeys.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So the interesting story behind that, I at first the concept of this band before it was called Monkey was my friend Alan that I talked about earlier and Kevin Miller. They wanted me to join them and put together a ska band, but I was already in a band, and it was very tumultuous relationship with that band. So I was like, I can't spend any time on another band right now, but I'm going to put you guys together and like you guys can do something. And they're like, well, we don't have any ideas. Like, what do we call it? What do we do? And I said, and I looked on. Kevin had a behind him. It was like a bookshelf, and he had a barrel of monkeys game on the. He used to come in like an actual barrel, and I said, "There's your name right there. It's Monkey." And he says, well, what do we do for a logo? And I said, here, give me the barrel. And I opened it up and I threw one of the monkeys down and I said, that's your logo. Okay, I got to go. I'm getting out of here. So that was the end of that, clandestine meeting. And then a couple of months later, I had finally disbanded the other group that I was working with. And I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have said no. I should have just did ska. And so I came back and I started writing stuff with Kevin. And then Duffy says, hey, I'm going to come back up. Are you still interested in starting a band? And I said, dude, we already started the band. Like, we have the charts. Just come here and show up and we'll start playing. So that was kind of like the birth of the band. Now, Kevin saw the monkey and he said, oh, it's like, I can do something with that. I'm going to put a little ska hat on it. and some classes. And I was like, go ahead, do whatever you're going to do, man. It's not my band. And then it became my band.
It is fantastic,
Yeah,
actually.
it is very, very iconic, very recognizable.
So,
Really good.
so you were playing guitar at that point?
No, I was organist.
Organ.
So what was Kevin playing?
Kevin was playing upright bass or stick, upright
Oh,
stick.
like,
Mm.
oh,
Yeah,
interesting. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Curtis is an amazing organ player.
Mm.
You
Yeah, I
guys gotta,
played organ for 8 years of the band,
yeah.
and then transferred to guitar for a couple of reasons. We kept hiring guitarists, and they just wanted to be metalheads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, Scott, Scott, Scott. I'm like, stop
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I had been a guitarist for a long time. I actually left it because I wanted to like branch out and start expanding as a musician. And I didn't want to get back into it, but then I played organ for 8 years. It was getting to be a pain in the neck to drag around this thing, put it together, and then people were starting to complain because they're like, I come to see your band and the lighting is horrible and you're stuck in the middle of the stage, just outside of the light because they have it slightly tilted to the left or the right, and you can't move because your instrument is immobile.
Right.
And so you like, I go to see you, it's a really high stage, I can't see you perform, the lights aren't perfect for you because you can't move, and you're stationary, so it just detracts from the show. And so after many people telling me that, I just said, I'm screwed. I'm putting the guitar on. I don't care about like me liking or disliking this concept. I'm going to go at it with full force because the madness has to end. And in some way, I also felt like we came out right on the heels of the Slackers, and the Slackers were getting really well known as that guy that plays the organ and sings.
Mm.
And here I am on the West Coast playing the organ and singing, and people are going, "Ah, you guys should check out the Slackers." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So it was apropos for me to leave that position because there's a
Hey, I'm playing
yeah,
the organ over here. Come on.
hey, I'm gonna play a little organ and then maybe go pick up some bagels.
Ah,
Mad. Oh, we're terrible. We're terrible. When he hears this interview, he's gonna mock us for sure.
no, you won't.
So,
Yeah, and
Oh
then yeah, full circle,
Agent J.
Agent J.
yeah,
Yeah.
Agent J.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a man. So fun. I had so much fun listening to this today. Does anyone have any favorite cuts from the record?
Oh, I'm gonna say Mr. Wallace. You
Oh,
knocked it out. You knocked it out of the park with
with the
In the Man.
Yeah,
big,
I
Really cool.
agree.
the
Yeah.
direction change. Yeah.
Oh, it
Surprising.
it was surprising and like, oh my god, this is what I wanted. I didn't know I wanted it this bad.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
good.
I really loved Roger's dub vibration.
Me too.
I keyed into that one today big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell the story of that one, Curtis.
Oh, that one's fun. We were as a band, we had established contact with Dr. Ringding, famous German dub artist and ska guy in general, and he was coming over for like little miniature tours of like Chicago and New York, but he'd never been on the West Coast. And so I struck up a conversation with him online, and he said, "Oh, yeah, I'd love to, but I don't have anybody that would support me." And I said, "Well, we'll do it." And he says, "But I need to, the next time I only play there like once every 3 or 4 years. So the next time I have is in Chicago." And I said, "We will drive to Chicago and we will pick you up." And that's what we did. We did a couple of pickup gigs on the way out to Chicago, and we had booked an entire tour on the way back with him. And by the time we got to California, he was buzzing, because he thought this was like, French Riviera. This is like so cool to be in California. And I said, "Well, I've got this idea for a song, and I've never put it down. And he's like, what's that? And I said, it's just straight up taking the spine of the Beach Boys' biggest hit ever and reversing it, like make the choruses into verses, make the verses into choruses, that kind of stuff. Like just start messing with it. And we took out an acoustic guitar, and he's like, yeah, I can see what you're getting at. And I said, let me call Brian. I think Mr. Wallace wants to do this. I think he wants to do it because we
Yeah.
were right in the middle of doing a whole bunch of bizarre recordings. And me and I don't know about you, Brian, but I feel like you and I like share a common mind in some way.
Totally.
And so you immediately said yes. And we're like, okay, well, we have a couple hours we can spend before we go down to Southern California. So let's get to your studio early, bust out this track, and then just keep rolling. And that's what we did. And I remember we put together the spine of the song in probably like a record time. I think it was like maybe an hour. Like
it was like a Jamaican session, super fast. Just came in, blasted it out.
And meanwhile, Ring Ding's like, don't talk to me. He's just writing, he's just scribbling. And then he would stick up his head and go, hey, what do you, give me some popular businesses of California. Give me some popular roads in California. Hey, give me some popular politics. What's left, right? What are we doing here? And he wrote this stuff down, and then he just went in there and nailed these great vocals. And we're like, that is awesome. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. No. And then he got a tattoo in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. He got the lizard. It's like a gecko or something.
Yeah. The gecko.
Because there's a tattoo studio right next door.
He got a tattoo in the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was writing down all these phrases and asking you questions like you were like Jeopardy.
Who gave him a tattoo, and how did you have the capacity to give tattoos in rock?
Oh, so there was a lot of ska tattoos have come from Westbound Train. All got their tattoos at the studio on the couch.
Wow.
Because there's a tattoo, studio
Parlor
next,
store.
like that next, that place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He probably got it while we were all like loading in and stuff. Because a large part of recording is just like setting up.
Yeah. He they were out smoking cigarettes or something on the loading dock, and hey, you want a tattoo? He's like, yeah. But yeah, Sam, tons of people got tattoos there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. I remember Dr. Ringding being around because, like, I remember him from, I think maybe the Monkey Show at Hoover's, possibly Ringding was there with you guys for that. Because I totally remember that from that period, like when I was kind of interning at Rockwell when I was a kid. So
almost as good as the Bean Pillow story.
Oh,
dear God.
Yeah, we got to hear that.
Oh, I don't. Should I tell it or should you?
I mean, I'll do the Sammy from the Kilograms got his first tattoo at Rockwell Sounds too. The Bean Pillow.
Okay, I'll do the handoff.
Okay.
So we were recording. We decided that we wanted to hang out. I mean, basically a reason to hang out with Brian here.
Yeah.
And so we said, hey, can we come live in your studio for like a couple weeks and literally just fall asleep and someone kicks you and says, it's your time, it's your chance to lay a track. And that's what we did. We did like 2 weeks on his floor. 3 weeks? 3 weeks.
Well, it was 2 weeks, 3 albums, I think.
Yeah.
What became 3 albums? Yeah.
It's 2 weeks with 20. I think we did 21 songs.
Yeah.
And some of those, most of the songs went on the first album. The second album was like a smattering of those recordings and a couple of redos.
Yeah.
And then we did a third album and the same thing.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we lived at a studio, literally lived. So we were he had one recording room, and then he had another room that he used for, other recordings. And we were like, okay, this is going to be our bedroom.
Yeah.
So we all threw our pillows down on the floor and, rolled out our sleeping bags and whatnot, and tried to live in the studio. Like we'd heard all these classic bands did, like the Rolling Stones and stuff.
And we had a shower.
Yeah.
Huge. That's actually.
And so Brian says, hey, let's stop this going out to dinner every night. Like, this is going to be very expensive for me and for you guys. Like, let's start making food at the studio. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So he's like, I've got this big Dutch oven, right? And we're going to make a bunch of beans in this Dutch oven. And then we're going to buy a stack of tortillas, and we're just going to eat like Bean Kings for like a week. And so he had this idea down pat. And so we do the beans, and we're eating them, and we're having a great time. And another 3 days afterwards, I wake up and I'm like, hey, what's up, Brian? And he says, I've been driving myself crazy. Smells like there's a dead mouse in the wall or something. And I was like, I can't smell it. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, by the end of the day, I was like, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, this is a pretty rank little smell. And we went through. He had this, the way that it was set up is he had the recording room, then he had the where you would make the tracks, and then the actual room where you would engineer the tracks, and then this weird hallway with double doors, right?
I remember.
And he had placed the double doors were panned out, and he had this table where he had the bean empire, right? And all the goodies, and all we'd already had beans, and then we had hot dogs, and we had this, whatever, right? So we had just everything that was non-perishable was just out on this table. And we just went crazy. He's like, I cannot even fire up the recording mechanism right now because I need to find this. It's driving me insane. Yeah. And so we were literally hitting walls, trying to hear if there was something scurrying in the walls, lifting up carpets, nothing, couldn't find it. We're just this is terrible. And he's experimenting, recording with the bay door open. And you know how that is. An engineer needs needs to focus and needs to not have external sounds. And you hear cars driving by and beeping. It's just, this is driving me mad. And I'll hand it off to you, Brian.
Yeah. So after a lot of searching, to make this table happen, we had to open a door, so it would sort of fit in between the doors, because there's a place you could go outside and smoke, and you don't want to smoke coming in the studio. So anyway, I moved the table and I shut the door, because I was thinking maybe if I shut the door, the smell will stay, at least it'll be contained somehow. And lo and behold, there was a pillow back there that had soaked up some beans that had spilled out of the bean,
out of the side of the pot.
Yeah, there was you could see the bean trail, but
this pillow, it was heavy. It was heavy waterlogged.
Ooh. Yeah, it was filled with rotten beans, bean juice. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it had, you know how mold grows and it's kind of like a homeless guy's beard? That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Ow.
The bean pillow. Probably the most toxic thing I've ever had to poke a stick at.
Yeah. And one of my guys was pissed because they couldn't find their pillow, and they're like, "Oh, there's my pillow."
Oh, yep.
And that's how the concept for The Last of Us was created.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Totally.
Yeah. Spores.
Mushroom zombies.
Fungi. Yeah. Bean spores.
Yeah.
That was I feel physically ill, right?
Yeah, it was one of the smelliest smells in ska.
Did you have to move it? Did you have to do it? Who did it?
Oh no, I had a rake or something, and we just
Yeah. He
Yeah.
like lifted
It was-
up and it was like dangling and drizzling
Yeah.
as he walked out the door.
Got some lighter fluid, gave it a Viking burial.
Yep.
Oh man.
Like the
Yeah.
most minor, it's minor, but there's a gag reflex happening right now. Just
Oh,
like
yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. No, it was
really gross.
it was
Don't
tough.
worry. Don't worry. It only takes a couple of days. We can go recreate it at your house.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is vile. That's
All right.
Yeah.
Now that we've all thrown up in our mouth, so let's
Oh,
let's get to the music, kids.
so that
so
was
bad.
the environment a lot of this was recorded in. I take it then.
Yeah. It's how you you generate this genuine sense of artistic creation.
Man,
You can't do it by AI. AI can't do that.
No.
AI can't. AI has no access to the bean pillow.
Smell.
Yeah.
You
can't-
smell yet.
Yeah, you can't redo it.
No.
It's yeah.
No.
It was a thing that happened.
So was some of this from the Bean sessions? I have to know.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah. for
Yeah, I think that was definitely in like Sugartown days,
Oh.
Unity Dub days,
Mm.
Bassinet.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could have been done on the Bean. Lovers Dub on this one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Side A is heavy on the beans.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
yeah, don't let anything leak out of that bean pot.
Wow. Wow. So how about John, did you have any favorite cuts? I don't know if we got to you on if you had
Yeah, I'd say like Dub Vibration was pretty kick-ass.
Oh, nice.
Bassinet,
Bassinet
that is really key for a lead-off track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Having
funky.
having Roger dub it, like in just, you heard the way I had to give it together for him, and it was fun because me creating an entire mix that I knew nobody was ever going to hear except for me, and then breaking it back into stems just for him. So I had the mixing experience as though I was creating something for streaming or for putting on a single, but I'm the only person that got to experience it.
Wow.
So hearing the dub version of it with Roger's interpretation, it's really fun because in essence, I get to hear Brian's initial tracking interpretation, my interpretation, and then Roger's interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, damn you, Curtis. Now I'm in love with the song. I mean, I loved it anyway, but I know it integrally. I know it, like, I see all the warts. I see every little tiny.
You just love the woos.
Woo! Oh yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I sang some of those woos too.
Yeah, I can tell.
That's the thing is I'm a ghost player all over the thing. Like, this needs a little keys. This needs some percussion. This needs some woo, and yeah,
quality woos.
Yeah.
Quality woos.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that it's occurring to me just now for the first time that we're missing on a lot of these records is there's no John Roy dubs. We need a John Roy dub on the next dub record. That's what we need.
I actually just did 6 of them for Detroit Rhythm Crew for their new album with the dubs.
Let's go.
So that was fun. I just, the thing is though, like, to get all my favorite engineers, I don't care. I want a good record, so like I don't need to be on it. That's like
you are.
I need to add myself to the lifeboat of dub engineers to get thrown off the record. I'll work behind the scenes at the beauty pageant. I just want you all to be glamorous. So getting to concept too, Mike Buckmiller, my partner in the label for Escape Hatch, he just makes it pretty. He makes it sweet. He makes it wonderful. And we decide on, like, okay, this is a Monkey album. We're going to call it Barrel of Dub. That's perfect. There's the logo. It's already set up. It has to be a yellow record. Let's see, what can we do to make it more banana-y? Okay, let's get some brown splatter on yellow, but not make it look like poop and pee. So like that was kind of like looking at the color palettes over and over again. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of green too. Yeah.
It is excellent. Honestly, I'm being honest. This is probably one of my favorite colors.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Besides
it's so good.
It's the peppermint for the Christmas dub record.
Oh, yeah.
Very good as well. I love a good splatter though, and this is awesome. It just reinforces the concept of the whole thing. Like it's perfect. It's really
And every record sold, I made the Monkey logo into banana air fresheners because I want to give like the full escape hatch experience. You know, like, look, listen to this record, look at this record, smell this record.
You should have just ate a bunch of bananas and dried out the peels and then just pressed them and put them in the record.
Well, actually, okay, this is a like, I'm very concerned with the FDA, or was concerned with the FDA when they cared. Excuse me. Part of me was like, what if we got banana chips and threw them in, you know, like a flat pack of banana chips with every record that you buy.
or like the banana. I guess it'd have to be flat.
Well,
like,
banana runts too.
Yeah, banana runts.
I'm always thinking what will fit for a flat pack.
Yeah, yeah.
And you never know. Or okay, scratch and sniff failed for me already once. So if anyone sees this and knows who can make me custom inexpensive scratch and sniff stickers that I can stick on a record and make into center labels, I'll do it.
Oh, that's a really fun idea, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Where are we on the scratch, on the smell technology? We're clearly.
Yeah, what happened to scratch and sniff?
Yeah.
I mean, really.
We're behind the curve.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we sold all of our tooling to China.
Now you can get something that smells like bananas and cancer.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Like this is what banana would smell like if it was a urinal cake. So,
Don't lick the urinal cakes. Don't, whatever you do.
No.
Don't eat the flowers. Don't eat the flowers.
Actually, believe it or not, yes, I have gone down the rabbit hole with all of this. Really.
I'm sure you have.
It's like if you buy a scent, you're going to get that scent smell unsmelled, sight unseen. You have to order it from China. You have to order a gallon. It is ultra strong, and a gallon of it is like $1,000 because it's meant to be diluted with alcohol or whatever, and then put into air fresheners.
Yeah,
and that is meant for like 10,000 air fresheners.
Yeah.
That's why you only buy pizza scent. Because pizza scent is always the same.
Yeah.
Always, it just smells like salty cheese.
Scratch and sniff pizza.
Yeah,
I remember that. Oh, I remember it from books as a kid. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There is like an Escape Hatch Records laboratory where you guys are just cooking up the weirdest insert possibilities. And
Oh yeah, no, I'll actually get sample air fresheners. You know, the one I did for, unfortunately, for Black Market Dub. Remember, I was that smells like cherry urinal cake. That doesn't smell like cherry.
Yeah, we passed on that one.
Yeah.
I was like, well, lots of free giveaways, kids.
Yep.
Put all these up in a garage outside. Maybe after the dog poops in your garage.
I think you need to do a refried.
Becomes like wallpaper.
You need to do a limited edition refried bean smell.
Yeah.
Bean pillow
the monkey
scent.
bean pillow scent
Monkey
for the
bean
next record.
Jalapeno bean pillow.
Why does it sting my eyes so much?
Monkey, stop it.
Almost as bad as Sex Panther.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Such a Rockwell story. I can actually put myself there. It was really
Yeah. Yeah. Fun times.
Let's see. Oh, Mida. So Mida had to give his because Mida was so involved with the Monkey live experience in California, and he had a lot of things to say that were fun and interesting. So he is the liner note guy.
Oh right.
And yeah, we're just like, no, Mida, revise that a bit. No, revise that a bit. Curtis, go ahead and revise that a bit and send it back to Mida. Okay, I'm going to take a look. We should probably revise that. You know, now it says nice things. we give Mida crap. Mida from This Is Ska radio show.
Mid is a great guy. He's
Yeah.
really a great guy. He's very passionate about his knowledge of everything ska.
Yeah.
And so if there's anybody out there that wants somebody to reference, it's this guy.
Mhm.
He's also very passionate about being the guy that gives you noogies. So sometimes he thinks sometimes he thinks that something he's written or says is giving noogies and everybody loves him, and it's like, no, that kind of just came off wrong. But yeah, in the end, he's the right person to write about it, because he has a deep personal relationship with the experience that we had in Northern California.
And he was part of it. He's seen the shows, been to the shows, put on the shows, and been part of it. Yeah,
absolutely.
And unlike the rest of us, he remembers it all. He actually remembers it all. I'm like, how? How do you?
It's hard having a conversation with him, because he's like, "Oh, remember that show?" And it's like, "Yeah, we showed up late." And he's all, "No, you showed up early, and then you had to go get something at the store, and then you came back late." And I'm like, "Oh, why are you so precise?"
It's a true music historian, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
God bless people like that. Honestly, we need people like that.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if he just like has a little pad and paper, and he's just like writing everything down furiously. Like, I saw the look in his eye. It was a look of hunger and angst.
Oh man. Well, yeah. I mean, it really does tie the whole package together. It's great.
I just think as a listen, I know the album isn't necessarily heard by everybody, and also the typical Monkey fan is not necessarily the typical Dub fan, and the typical Dub fan is not necessarily the typical Monkey fan.
That's what makes it such a cool idea, though. I think.
Yeah,
it's unique.
But
it works really good. Like,
yeah,
it just does. Like, whatever you guys did, it sounds fucking awesome.
If you like dub, you're going to dig this and get more appreciation for Monkey the band.
Yeah, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure. And I'll tell you right now that for some people buy it because it's just like, I got to have everything. Right?
It looks freaking cool too.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks cool. It comes with a banana air freshener. It's like, why wouldn't you, right? And then I've had some fans that came up after a show and said, "Hey, what should I buy?" And I said, "Well, this is our last recorded album. This is the album before it and before that. And they're all my children. They all sound great, blah, blah, blah." It's like, "Well, what about this one over here?" And I'm like, "Okay, so let me give you a little bit of."
I need to tell you a story now. Yeah.
So I tell them what happened. I said, these are some of the giants of our industry, the people that should be in a book, should be in a movie about the scene and the history of ska itself. And these people chose to reach out to me, and I feel honored. And then I tell them it's going to be a different experience.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different experience. It's an interpretation, and I love it.
Yeah.
And you love it too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I loved Bill Laswell's Bob Marley stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the ambient stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like this is a totally different experience, but it has all of the elements from it.
Yeah, all the stuff you love about it, but it's totally new interpolation of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was super full circle moment getting to be a part of this at all. Like, anytime I get to look on a track list and it's Roger Rivas, me, Dub Maddox, Brian Wallace, I'm like, dude, like if I could have went back to, because I was Brian's helper, intern, assistant, whatever, back in high school at Rockwell for a long time, and like, it was very full circle, because I specifically remember you, Curtis, and Monkey, and Dr. Ring Ding from that time period. And this was one of the first things I got to kind of dub out that made it onto vinyl, which I'm really passionate about as well. So it was just like super full circle. It was like if 15-year-old me could see me right now, he would be so pumped, you know.
I lived in Monkey World for like 3 months straight. It was like 8 hours a day of Monkey, because it was like, okay, here's a concept, here's an idea, let's get this thing. Okay, I want to have this album put together by Supernova, but it's March and we don't have any of the recordings yet. Like, we don't have wave files that we can.
I'm so sorry, John. Just send the bills for your counseling to me, and be sure to be honest when you tell them where on the doll Monkey touched you.
It was no, I felt just like, we are rocking this thing. We're hitting that deadline. It's going to take 3 months to get this record made. It's like the whole thing. I think I was telling you, like, okay, count backwards from that, count backwards from this. We need to get this samples. We need to approve the test pressing. The artwork should be done by this time. And it was literally, didn't it show up 2 weeks before Supernova?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now let's go play this show and sell this thing at Supernova. Boom.
In fact, I remember that you said, I think I can get you a small grip of these to play at your show before Supernova.
Yeah.
So you rushed it to my house, and then we were like getting onto the plane
to go to the UK
with a one tiny box.
Yes.
Like just so that we could get a couple out on the road before Supernova. Yeah.
That was tight.
Yeah.
I just remembered an awesome story about Rude Vibration that I'd like to tell.
Oh, tell it.
So Monkey leaves. They go off.
You're gonna make me gag.
No.
All being billows.
They leave, and Nate and I start mixing the song, and then I sent it to Ring Ding, and he's like, "Oh, make the vocal more dance hall style." He wanted it to be like bigger or something. So I'm like, okay, yeah, think about that. And so I waited a couple days, thought about it, and then I turned on the drive. And this was back in Firewire days. Remember Firewire? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had this like Firewire array thing that I had, and I switch it on, and then I start hearing this horrible sound.
No.
Just like a horrible, like mechanical, like lawnmower kind of thing going on. I'm like, oh shit, turn it off. Sure enough, the drive that had Rude Vibration on it had totally like, and it's the only copy. I'm like, fuck. So I put it in Dub Robot, drive it to Cupertino or someplace. It was out in the middle of the bay. It was some secure facility out in the middle of San Francisco Bay. It was called, do you remember this place, Curtis? Drive Savers.
Yeah, like Disc Savers.
Oh,
Disc Savers, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've spent thousands there. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a clean room.
Yep.
Yeah.
And these guys took 4 weeks with a microscope and reconstructed the drive, put it all in there.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I actually only care about this one file. And they're like, okay, all right, cool. And they, at great expense, reconstructed that. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Yeah. I remember that for me, and by the way, we have 8 minutes left here.
Great.
Cool.
The way I remember that song is we recorded it, and I had meant to come down there and help you, do a final mix of it. Yeah. And we finished up that tour, and then things got crazy. A year or two goes by, and then I call you up, and you're like, I had to sell the studio because like I am having spinal surgery.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where the track is now. And I'm like, but we want it on this album. He's all, I'm so sorry. We can't. And I listened to the we had just a basic mix
Mhm.
that Brian had produced on that day when we were done. And I was like, well, he's probably never going to find it. So I just sent it to the mastering guy, and
Yeah.
mastering it, put it on the album. So if you ever get what's the album called? Intermittent Waves, and you listen to that, it's a remastered original scratch.
Wow.
It's
Awesome.
just it's
That's
just
funny.
it's just what came out
Ooh.
on that day.
Not Dave
Yeah.
Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No extra treatment.
Wow.
And so it went to record. They were able to match the values of the songs because I took it to a really nice mastering guy
Hmm.
that we used a couple times. And and then years later, you tell me, oh no, I rebuilt the studio. Like,
Yeah.
I have the tracks. I'm just going to send it to John. I'm like, that is amazing. We should totally redo that.
Yeah.
And so the tracks go away, and then your house burns down, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah. It's been a fucking parade of chaos.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
The universe is after that track.
absolutely.
Here's a question. Because,
Get rid of
here's a question because a bunch of the tracks that I got, they were kind of blind tracks.
Uh,
So when they transfer it from the DA88s or the ADATs, there was actually no titles on it. So that's the other thing that took time, is I had to actually listen to every track and go, that's a room mic.
Oh god.
That's a hi-hat mic.
Yeah.
That's sax. That's a vocal. But on Rude Vibration, there's a really cool, either it's a sample of strings doing pizzicato. And soon as I wake up every night, every day.
Yeah. Blum, blum, blum.
Yep.
Blum, 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 blum,
Yes.
blum, blum, blum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was that? Was it
That
you?
was me.
Right on. That was great. I love that.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it's like, I'm doing this blind. I don't know who did what or what it is. And I'm just like, I think it's that. I think this is that.
Yeah. At least I think it's me, because I definitely know that Dustin was on that tour.
Yeah.
But I think that he was away from the studio, and I did that because that sounds like a me part. It doesn't sound like a Dustin part.
Totally a Curtis part. Yeah.
Yeah. So either I played it or I told Dustin to play it, but I'm pretty sure I played it. I
had to put that in prominently. I was like,
decades ago.
because for me that was madness. It must be love, and you got to throw that in there.
Oh yeah.
Well, before we get booted off, anybody have any final thoughts, final comments they want to make on Barrel of Dub, this Monkey collection?
I'm trying to sell it, so if I'm trying to sell it, I would say all the things we talked about it. As a record standalone, it's pretty fucking fantastic.
I agree.
If you're a fan of dub, if you're a fan of Monkey, if you're a fan of any one of these engineers,
If you're just a fan of music.
period.
Yeah.
It's a good freaking record. Like, you can put it on and it's not like dud, like, oh, hit dud dud dud. It's like, no, truly each tune is rad. So you can just play a whole side and play a whole other side, and you have 42 minutes of kicking your ass.
Absolutely.
I agree. It is genuinely one of the stronger releases on Escape Hatch, especially as far as like specific dub records go. It's so cool, and it's just like literal murderer's row of like the coolest dub engineers like alive right now. Like it's so sick. It's such a good record. So yeah, I love it. I feel super lucky I get to be on it. So yeah, thank all of you guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Brian.
Well, I'd say this record, like I said before, if you want something fun and you want something totally unique, this is of the Escape Hatch things. This is the one to get, because it is such a unique story, and there's just a lot of great. It's a great feeling record, because the stuff that we had on there, these were great times that got recorded. They were and they're great times that have been recreated on stage after stage after stage. So if you've been out there in the pit and you want like a different experience, you should get this record. Because it's still Monkey. It's still the stuff, but it's like it's gonna twist your brain in a very cool way. So
yeah, and also engineers that dub, just for the concept, the engineer is the producer for that song. The engineer is the fifth Beatle. The engineer is a member of the band, so you're getting those engineers' interpretations alongside it. So it's sort of like you're adding a different spice to every single dish.
It's a reimagination of what Curtis's initial thing is. So yeah.
So basically what you're saying is you could get chicken on a plate, you could get chicken on pasta, but the dub guy's going to put it on a bun with special sauce.
Yep.
Pizza taco pizza.
Pizza taco pizza. I really, if I had to say anything about it, I would say that I'm just happy that I got to work with you guys.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It's so fun, especially with, as you can tell, we have so many stories to tell amongst us, and just to have that ability to have a lifetime of friendship, music, and reinterpretation entangled in these songs. That's why Chef's Kiss.
Yes.
Excellent work.
It's made to live past us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
1 minute.
Excellent job, all you guys. Yeah, let's sign off before we get kicked off.
All right.
Great work, everybody. I guess if you want to get a copy of this record, escapehatch.com or Monkey live shows. I've seen them there as well. Curtis, is there any anything you want to plug, like Instagram, website, anything like that for Monkey?
We're going to hit it hard this year. I'm going to try to get out the record that we've been working on, and we're just going to do some touring and try to reinvigorate the crowd and try to get people to turn their head because they're sick of AI.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
All right.
Really fun.
Love you, babies.
Okay.